And I'm going to see who's going to show up. I mean, because most of the time, God, I don't wait. I do it by myself. I mean, but this here, Parliament is about bringing about information towards moving on in what we're going to take this down to, what we're going to do. Got it now. What the hell we're going to do is keep on talking. Because all of us get old. We get old in our business. You know, we know there's no condition or no ending to God, but still, this black day is business. I want to see it happen. I want to see it. Well, I can see it and still bear witness to it. I mean, I just leave here on the I'm not down with that. Not to God, man. You got a lot of great minds here. A lot of great minds. You got to put the minds together and make it work for what? Us. Just like I was saying when I came to the park. I just look at us right now, this is town, man. But together, we come to check on us. You come here and see. Oh, yeah. Now you got to, before you go, you come around, you walk around, you walk around. I don't even have to worry about that. But it's a time to have a little idea about what you do. You know what I mean? Come around and stop and listen to what you do. Now you do this. You know what I mean? You walk right through the site. We didn't have that back. Ain't nobody walk through this. Right here, so close in, nobody can walk through this. Come on, God, we always talk about what we do. What we do. Now is the time, man. Like I said on that note,
Hey, can y'all quit from a site, please? There's nobody that should be walking through the middle of this site. Let's go on the site.
Yeah, but that's the God.
Don't let nobody walk through the middle of our site.
I just wanted to say, I don't mean no disrespect, but that's what I wanted to say. All right. Regardless of what these park people are saying, ain't nobody supposed to be doing what just happened.
All right, Today's Mathematics Wizard Builder Store. For those that don't know me, I come in the divine name is Father Shabon, Eternal Great Mind of Love from Medina. I'm going to touch base on some happenings that have been happening with this nation that I know most of us is not familiar with. You know, whenever we do anything, any one of us that's a part of this nation, whenever we do anything pertaining to going forward with this nation, building a structure, adding on to a school, everybody should know. And with that being said, I don't know if you was doing the knowledge, but you might have seen me speak with two of my brothers, Beloved and a lost Savior, because I'll take nothing or no one on face value. It was brought to my attention that them two brothers had opened up a separate account from our account. And they right there, they're gonna get up here after me and address it to on their own. But my thing is this, another thing, the brother presented a plan. It's a foolproof plan that I agree with, but one thing I won't agree with, it don't have to be Beloved, it could be anybody. You will never, ever, ever get in your mind or even present that you're going to tear down a law school. Word up, I'm going to say it again. You will never get in your mind or say that you're going to tear law school down. That's not happening. All right? And the reason why that's not going to happen, pay attention real clearly. It's not going to happen because of this one reason. If you do that, everything that we own to a law school goes out the window. All right? And what I mean when I say everything, the 99-year lease, $1 a month, not having to pay no taxes and all that stuff on the school, all that goes out the window. When I say out the window, guess what? If something was to go wrong with that project, guess where that leave us? You think we're looking for a parliament now? We'll be looking for a fucking school. Straight like that. So that's why I stand perpendicular on my square with that. And I mean that. Because I gave my word, and my word is bond, which is life, man. A lot of them ain't here, but some of them still here. And this is the main one, the one that gave me life. Y'all all know it. This is the one that gave me life. My education, Nancy Marshall Law. I took an oath to him, not just him, to keep mathematics. I can go down the line, Dumont, all of them. Pulled me to side circle by myself and told me, yo, listen, we know you the one. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody change the law's teaching or do nothing to that school, and I'm not. Straight like that. Spin around and look at all of them. I'm not. It ain't gonna ever happen on my watch. Whatever I gotta do, I don't care how long I know you, if you're going disappointed to these doors, you're not standing now right behind you, you're gonna be dealt with. I'm telling you that personally. Don't think you're gonna come get your team and all this stuff and come and change nothing about this at all. And that's all I gotta say. Peace.
Peace, guys. Peace.
Peace.
My name is Beloved Allah. Originally raised in the desert. Actually live in C2 now. Today's degree is wisdom build or destroy. Right? Because wisdom can either build or destroy. The science of supreme mathematics, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Right? If your wisdom is right, your ways and actions, then you're going to see the knowledge and the understanding. So today's degree is wisdom, build, and destroy. All we want is there is no mystery gods. There is no mystery gods. We've had enough time in this nation to get enough knowledge to do anything that we have to do. I've heard a lot of allusions to this presentation that I presented to the nation, and it seems like the main message in the presentation did not get through. The main message of the presentation was that God has the power to build over the sun and stars, especially building our little site of land that we have right there in our school. We made no, and understand this, God, all of y'all, we made no concrete proposal. What we did a concept proposal to show that we could build a new building for the nation that has a new law school, that has a great big space for our auditorium space for our parliaments, that has a whole second floor of classrooms, and that it could be sustainable. And sustainable means that the money that the land generates pays for the school. That was the point. We have to start the design process. We control everything. What I'm trying to, listen, I got knowledge in 1972, God wisdom. And the gods told me from the very first day that our job was to master the trades and the professions. And the God of God, I took a oath to that. And I stuck to that. I went through education. I became an engineer. I became a partner in one of the major engineering firms. And right now, I launched my own engineering firm, Legacy Engineers. We do mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire protection, all the building sciences. I work with all the top architects, developers in the city. All I'm doing, bringing knowledge back to the nation, this is what we can do together. We make the decisions what we want that site to look like. We make the decisions if we want to build around the school, whatever it is. That's our decision. So that was really the main science. But the main thing that we have to do is to become one mind. That we all got to come together and have one vision. That's what this is waiting for. That's all they're waiting for. I heard somebody say that if we do anything to the school, everything that we have will be wiped out. That's not true. Because what we're going to do first is go to the city with a plan and get the city to endorse that plan and give us a new 99-year lease. The father did not want us to sit here for 67 years and leave that school in the condition that it is right now. We're too intelligent for that. Everybody else is building. The gods and us will build too. That was the purpose of the presentation. Abia Law Mathematics, that was the purpose of the presentation, to say that we can do this. We come together, we put our minds together, and we come up with one idea. Today's degree is devil made it into orientation that they would receive more gold. Hey, I just watched the show, and they said that gold is the one metal that reflects light more than anyone else. Gold and aluminum, all of them. They're using them in these giant satellites up in space. That's what you said. So gold is the one that reflects the light the most. The devil made it into orientation that they will receive more gold. We have all the knowledge that we can do this. We have the intelligence. We have all the mercy and everything. We can do it. There is nothing set in stone. I'm an architect. And so come up with a design. I like the idea of the temporary structure. And I don't believe that the Lords are building on the prefab, yeah. I don't believe that we're planning on that for 40 years from now, that when all these comes up, that's what's going to be on the site. I believe what we're building on is put something up temporary on all of us. We need to do that. That's intelligent. That's intelligent. And to have the building evaluated structurally, a 100-year-old building, we think if we didn't have someone evaluate our building, just to make sure that the building is sound. Nobody said that the building was in horrible shape. We said we wanted to bring a structural engineer in to make sure that the building is sound. And we've been building on this new development for years. We presented it here at the Parliament before, and we're always presenting this at the Parliament. So I would like to build with all of my brothers. Let us all come together and deal with all those issues, the structural stability now, the temporary solution, what are we going to do for this winter, as well as what is our ultimate idea. Don't you think the city wants to see that site developed? We could do affordable housing. We could do a commercial business and teach our youth everything about running that business. Accounting, clerks, everything, stock people, everything that we need. We can build a building that's sustainable, where we improve our structure, and then everything pays for itself, and we don't always have to run around asking people for money for every little thing that we do. That was the proposal. The proposal is, can we come with one mind and build together? That's what I want to be able to build on. I'm excited for this, guys.
Hey, I just want to say one thing. Hey, I'm tired. Hey, Chabon. I'm going to be next. I'm going to be next. I'm going to be the next one retired. God said he retired and he enjoyed it. Yeah. I'm going to be just like him soon. I appreciate the support.
Online, on the Zoom call and all of that. No. Is there anybody here that was ever excluded from any of that stuff? Is there anybody here that doesn't have a voice in it?
I'm going on that. Please say, go ahead.
Okay, so let me say, right? So, again, it's principle, not personality. That's what prevents me from doing something. What's the plan there? Whatever the plan is, I'm with the mind of God said, are you engaged in what's going on first? Right? You have to do that. Then yes, all minds do need to be one. You can't be sporadic. It's not about if I like you or not. It's we're here as nation citizens and members. What are we going to do here? See, because what prevents it for me not want to hear beloved is we don't like me. Some people, for what? Right? I mean, you dislike the plan, peace to you. But all minds need to be one because we're one nation. For one nation. And everybody, I get it. Sidebar. See, let me tell you why it's not good. Things don't happen. Because not only what we went through in the past, but then you still have, because I don't like you have to show and prove things. Oh, I don't want to talk to you because we're presenting an idea and the first thing comes out your mouth is I don't want to build with you because I don't like you. So that stymies a thing.
Old beef, resentment, and all that.
Come on now. But mathematics and alphabet teaches us that the time is now. And looking at things objectively, not subjectively, or at least give me through knowledge. That's what mathematics teaches. Okay, what's the plan? Yes, God. Now let me shut my mouth about this. Come on. The only thing, education. My thing with that is only this here, God. Because as great as we are, as beautiful as we are, make no mistake, our enemy is waiting for us to tear that down. So if that was to happen, you would automatically, you would need the necessary money immediately, you would need every resource, and you would need to build, and yes, and you would need the city. Because if you do that, then here it comes. Here's my job. I do exactly what I want you to do. Right? But again, I'm not saying I need to say that it's about principle, not personality. Right? That's what it's about. You know, I miss my sister here, man. Nation builder. They got Jesus here, like anybody else, and they build it. And their work speaks for themselves. So this is who, I do the knowledge to, not the sidebar. You're not gonna urinate and tell me it's rain. And you're not gonna come to me anyway because I'm about protecting my brothers and my sisters anyway. You just can't come to me for that. But if we're talking about nation building, yes, the first order of the day is get everybody together. And that's another thing we got. Because we should be like you're doing right now, we shouldn't be sidebar. We should be right here doing the knowledge so you don't ask the question, then what happened? So with that, I'm going to say peace, man.
Peace. My name is Elijah Justice. I've known this man for years, months, and days. Years. I got knowledge of in 1970. I was with him in 2003 when they first came with the building project. I love this man. He's a builder of this nation. He did exactly what the law told us we should do. He went to school, got an education, and brought it back to us. The only thing I disagree with is moving to law school. That's the only thing I disagree with. Now, we have property on the side of us. Well, let me answer your question first. That Zoom conference, everybody that was named in that Zoom conference, none of them came from New York. Most of the brothers named came from out of state. What do they got to do with what goes on at a law school in Mecca or in Medina? Now let's stay here adding on to the cipher. We have the right to speak on that. Every one of us that's been there for years, months, and days.
So the other part of the question was anybody excluded from attending that meeting?
They didn't have nobody answering how I found out it was mathematics. They didn't put it out there for all of us. So we had to learn from each other and give each other access to it. Am I right?
You're right.
That's how it happened.
But allow you justice. So it's not the only venue. We're going to build on this for many venues. It was just, that was just
I'm going to get into that.
no decisions were made on what we have for the next year.
With that being said, it started out, as the God said, with one Zoom conference on a law school in Mecca. How we going to raise money, how we was going to take care of the violations in a law school. That's what took place first. Then we started raising money. Rather, the guards outside of Mecca started raising money and to find out what was the violation in a law school. They brought in an administration that went and checked out the violations on the very first time. And they said there was nothing wrong with the structural integrity of a law school. We still would be very, be able to hold that school intact for the next 5 years before we had to do anything major to it. Then they started saving money to put actually to build on the law school, to actually do whatever needed to be done for violations. That money is supposed to be in their hands now. Then Beloved came in the third presentation and made knowledge born about the whole building, 7-story project. That came in the last one. So that whole structure that he's talking about, this is not the first time that was born in this nation. We spoke about that in 2003 when Barry Goddard was alive. When he came to the school, he came there and built with us. He came there and left us a letter stating that that is our problem. He came there with that time, so we just bringing it up again. And what I say is that I even did a little study on the structure as far as if we want to make that a part of our history, let the school stand that it is. I'm not saying don't repair it. Repair everything that needs to be done. But if it's going to be a historical monument for us, then we have to leave the structure as it is. We can go inside and build the inside of it. We can go in the basement. We can even make the outside of the building strong, but we can't move that foundation. He said he can. According to what I saw and the people that I spoke to, if you move that, then we lose everything we went to court for. We lose everything we went to court for. We lose the right that the father put there for us. We lose all of that. Yeah, the devil did make an interpretation. And yeah, he's still doing it in this day and time. And if we give him the power to do that, then we lose a large school. I'm not saying we can't build on it. We got 2 yards beside us. We got enough room beside the school to build a 7-story building. But don't touch a large school. That's what I'm against. The money that y'all saving and within the project that we're doing, as far as the building project, let's take that money and get that structure built now, so that we have a place for our universal parliament, so that we have a place for the babies. AIG Boxing is out here now. Let's put them in there so we have a place so that the community can come and add on to what we're doing. That's what it's about now. The end result is what we decide to do. But let's do something now. The now is what we did when the law of mathematics showed you the structure. We started out with a prefab building, something that's not going to be temporary. Even if you build a building there, if we renovate a law school, that building would stand for the community to come. We could do our dances there. When the last time of law, we had a dance. We ain't had one years, months, and days. We could deal with the community that way. The community comes and rents out our yard. Let us come, let them come inside where we got something built that we did. A law built that school. What did we do? It is our time to start building. Not just verbalizing what you say out your mouth, but actually living it out. Do something. He did. He brought it to us. It's something we gotta add on. But we're not moving a law school. I'm totally against that. We can build it, we can build around it. We don't move a law school. Space.
Peace, grace, day supreme mathematics. One of the problems is mathematics, knowledge. What information do we all have? Apparently we all don't have the same information. And a lot of information we have is incorrect. Okay? One of the things that I heard when I was with Abdullah Mathematics yesterday, he said that people who are not in now wide, they should have a say on law school. But yet, the people outside of now wide are getting money. So you cannot say that they should not have no say. If anybody from any other region comes and says they want to build about a law school, what is the problem about it? Just because you're in a law school that day or that week, as months and years and looking, doesn't mean you have clear vision on what should be taking place. Just because you're there. There are people who've been in this nation for the longest and still don't have clear vision. And they were living in Mecca when the Father was here, and they don't live here in Mecca now the Father's gone. And some businesses is big. They don't have clear vision. You don't have clear vision. In order to do that, you got to speak to several parties to find out. When I hear a story about somebody, or I may think something is wrong, I go to the person and ask them, what are you talking about? What really happened here? What's going on? If he said, she said, it's not enough. But also you have to do also your own investigation outside the nation. Like, so what makes a building